Thank you for tuning in. My name is Jason, and I'm the bearded EV guy. I love sharing interesting headlines in the electric car industry. Starting off the day with some welcome news for Chevy Bolt owners. The replacement batteries have started shipping. The battery recall could not have come at a worse time for Chevy, as semiconductor and other shortages have further delayed the production of replacement batteries for Chevy Bolts. However, they have pushed through to an important milestone. GM has started shipping replacement battery modules to dealerships. Their two battery assembly factories located in Holland and Michigan resumed production last month. GM has prioritized the delivery of these modules to replace the most likely to be damaged batches first, and it will spread out the replacement efforts from there. These new batteries have an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which I'm sure will ease the mind of Bolt owners. Also, LG and GM have come to an agreement regarding who will bear the brunt of the recall cost. Long story short, LG is reimbursing GM for the cost of replacing the batteries, which they estimate will be $1.9 billion. Both companies are remaining amicable and are continuing to work together. So, Genesis of the Hyundai group of cars is releasing an EV called the GV60, and it has a boost mode and drift mode. This is interesting. Basically, you press the brake, sport mode, and hold the shifters in a specific sequence like an old-school video game cheat code. Doing this allows an extra bit of power to go to the wheels, and it turns off the traction control. Specifically, it increases the motor of the high-performance version to 483 horsepower and 516 feet-pounds of torque for 10 seconds. This should allow a 0-60 time of just under 4 seconds. The GV60 comes with some other luxury features, like active road noise cancellation. Moving over to Rivian, they recently surpassed 3,000 workers at their Normal, Illinois factory. They are already the largest employer in their county, and they are planning to increase to 4,000 or 5,000 sometime next year. It's exciting to see a new auto manufacturer entering the market with such strong momentum. Best of luck to Rivian and their factory workers. Time for some speculation. Could this new render of the BMW I Vision Circular reveal the new i3? If you haven't seen the BMW I Vision Circular, it is a recent BMW concept car. It is eerily close to the i3 in shape and size. The styling is definitely more angular, but it has its similarities. Someone put together a render of the concept car painted like an i3. Feel free to check it out and dream. As an i3 owner, I really hope BMW continues with this unique little car. Tesla co-founder J B Straubel has his doubts about the legacy maker's timelines for building their EV fleets. In a recent interview, he stressed the importance of understanding the supply chain, going all the way back to the mining operation. Almost all major car manufacturers worldwide have set timelines for their fleets to be electrified over the coming decade and a half. This will be a monumental shift in how we power and build our vehicles. He worries about nickel and other materials for batteries, and building the electronic components for all these cars. He has started a new company to help plan for this future called Redwood Materials, which specializes in recycling batteries. That's one exciting thing about this industry, is almost all the materials that go into a battery can be reused. And with his expertise at the helm, I'm hopeful we can stave off the impending shortages. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Tesla's latest YouTube video on crash testing. They detail their crash test process, and it is quite impressive. They collect more data on their cars than anyone, and they are using this data to make their cars safer than anything else on the road. I never thought about this, but in their testing, if they find a safer way of the airbags deploying, they can update your car over the air, meaning your car gets safer over time. It's quite astounding, and the video shows their commitment to going above and beyond regulatory requirements. Tesla appears to be building some of the first megachargers for their electric semis. Sawyer Merritt, a Tesla fan and investor, posted several images today of the site being under construction. There is honestly not much to look at in the pictures, but it is good to see evidence of the semi-project progressing. I'm sure these will be used internally by Tesla as they test and use their semis themselves, as the semi-release has been pushed back already to 2023. Electrek's headline about Honda is a bit of a head-scratcher. Honda announces all new models will be electric after 2030, but only in China to start. Honda currently only has one EV for sale in limited markets, the Honda E in Europe. They've been quite apprehensive about any electric vehicle commitments in the past. They recently announced plans for new EV models that are destined only for China, but they also want to fully electrify their fleet worldwide by 2040. Setting goals out 20 years from now seems a bit lackluster, but we'll see how fast things change as the industry progresses past them. Ending the day on a story I have mixed feelings about. NHTSA is asking Tesla on why they didn't issue a recall in regards to a safety-related software update. In a recent update, Tesla has taught their self-driving cars to recognize and react to flashing emergency lights on emergency vehicles. NHTSA is undergoing a review of Tesla's self-driving features over this exact issue. It started the investigation over about a dozen instances over the last several years where an accident occurred when a Tesla crashed into emergency vehicles, while autopilot was engaged. NHTSA is also reviewing the self-driving features of several other automakers. Again, I have mixed feelings on this. On one hand, I think safety is important, and it is good to have a government agency monitoring these things. However, if Tesla and others have to jump through legal hoops to push updates that are safety-related, that can actually stifle innovation that can save lives. For example, in Tesla's crash testing video mentioned earlier, they were testing a specific use case of being hit by a truck at a particular angle. In their test, they fine-tuned the deployment strength and timing of the airbags. It made their cars safer, and immediately can push the update to the existing fleet. If they had to issue an official recall every time they programmed such an update, and had to get approval, that delay is actively keeping drivers in danger that otherwise could have been prevented. What are your thoughts on government regulation versus allowing innovation, especially when safety is involved? Comment below, or you can email me at thebeardedevguy@gmail.com. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for listening. As a reminder, if you want to support the channel, and if you're interested in the three-wheeled EV that starts under $30,000 and can charge itself via the sun, check out thebeardedevguy.com/appterror. If you sign up through my link, I get a chance to win one for free, and you get $30 off your pre-order fee. Thanks again.